Okay guys, I'm here to let you know what I sold this past week on Depop, Mercari, eBay, and Poshmark. I'm going to let you know how I'm still making sales even during this extremely slow time. So let me know down below, are your sales kind of slowed? Especially right now, I'm filming this July 5th. So of course, any holiday weekends for me, my sales are pretty slow. So it's been like a tiny bit discouraging, but I know it's coming because it literally happens every year. So I'm not too worried about it. And I know pretty soon things are going to pick up for Q4. So we're going to get right into it to see what sold. If you haven't yet subscribed, please consider doing so. I do 3 reseller videos a week to help you with your business. Let's start off with Depop. First up, I sold this Lily Pulitzer dress. And I think actually I had to cancel this because I already sold it somewhere else. So I'm kind of a fail of a reseller, but you know what? That happens. This is for July 5th, which is today, through June 26th. So, or no, not June 26th, June 28th. I sold these pair of Lululemon shorts for $24. These were a pair of size 12 navy blue tracker shorts. I just picked these up and they sold really, really quickly on Depop. So lately I have been taking lower offers than maybe I normally would, just so I can continue to make money. That is one tip that I would have of how to make sales during the summer slowdown, is take lower offers. Next up are the pair of Keens. These sold for $29.80. I've been selling Keens really well on Depop. These are a size 6. This style sells really good for me with all of this like braiding type detail and like stretchy rope-ish material. The last couple of times I've had them, they have sold really quickly, and these are in a women's size 6, which is a smaller size, but it's still sold fast. Next up was a pair of jeans. These had probably 50 likes on Depop, so Miss Me are popular on Depop. However, people can send offers and not pay, which happened multiple times to me. Luckily, somebody finally paid. These sold for $25. They were in a size 29. I usually use Cowgirl Rodeo Festival in my Miss Me and Rock Revival sales, so I was glad that somebody actually followed through and paid for those. Did I talk about these shoes last time because it was in the 28th? I don't think I did because I filmed my video in the morning. So these are a pair of Merrells. These are a pair of Mary Jane. This style is selling well right now. $21 in these, size 8, black leather wedge shoes. They did have a little like scalloping detail, and those also sold really fast. So that was it on Depop. This might be a shorter video because my sales were slow. Let's go on to Mercari. Pair of Keen. These were actually up in my inventory and they weren't listed anywhere. So I don't know what was up with that, but right when I listed them, they sold really fast for $36, size 10, and they were like in pretty like worn condition. You can see a paint spot there. But that didn't matter to these people apparently. They sold super fast. Next up are a pair of men's Lululemon shorts that I sold for $11.25. These had a rip in them right here. It was like a hole. So I listed them lower and I still doubled my money. So when I have things with flaws, I still sell them and I usually can still make a profit. So that's great, unless it's like a completely crappy brand. Next up is a pair of Lululemon shorts in a size 10. These were a pair of black Align bike shorts. I just picked these up off of a new rack at a local Goodwill. They sold for $28 within one day, so that's great. I sold this Disney Spirit jersey really quickly. This was in a size extra, extra large. It was a green Disneyland Spirit jersey. Not all Spirit jerseys sell the same, so I would look up the certain style, color, pattern that you have. And the last thing on Mercari is this women's Lululemon tank top. This used to be mine in a size 10, but I am now in a smaller size, so I decided to sell some of the stuff out of my closet that was worth some kind of money. Tank tops from Lululemon, for the most part, don't sell for me that great, so I'm usually not picking them up to resell. But since I already had this, I decided to go ahead and just sell it. So $15 on that. And that's it on Mercari. Let me know how your sales have been this past week. I'm hoping better than mine, but let's keep going. Next up are a pair of Free People pants. These were in a size extra small. These were a boho high-rise multicolor style. I remember finding these with my niece and she's like, those are so ugly. They were even new with tags. I think if they were in a larger size, I could have sold them for more money. But these did get marked down a couple of times. So $23 on those. Next up, we sold a pair of Spanx jeans for full asking price. So that's great. These were in a size 3X. They were the blue jeanish ankle skinny leggings. I do well with this style in a size large or bigger, and obviously the plus size does better. So I was really happy with that full price sale, especially with sales being slow. This item also sold within hours. This was a Y2K 90s type of style. It was from the brand Lower East Side, and it was these brown leather, like very heavy, chunky sandals. They sold for $33. So these type of sandals, the stuff that like I wore in high school, it's back. Speaking of that, my daughter was like, oh, we were in Target the other day, and she's like, I saw this girl wearing these men's boxer like underwear as shorts. I was like, oh yeah, I did that in high school. And she's like, what? For some reason, why did we decide to do that? Why are we wearing men's underwear as shorts? But we did. And then we had the long tube socks all the way up to our knees. Like when we practiced for volleyball, that was like our practice uniform. Next up was a New with Tags La Blanca swimsuit. This sold before for more money and it got returned. And this time it didn't sell for as much, but I'm still happy at this point to be selling swimsuits because I don't want to be picking them up much more. Two-piece red ruched sold for $24. Next up was a Lululemon size 8. This was called the Restless Pullover. It was a gray, like almost like a diamond pattern. The logo was down here on the bottom. This sold for $29, which I'm pretty happy with because a lot of Lululemon just like long sleeves aren't selling for that much. Next up are a pair of Sweaty Betty leggings. For a while, I was not picking up this brand, but the last few times I've had it, it's actually sold for me pretty quickly. So I might double think about that. Sweaty Betty, size medium, they sold for $27 for a pair of leggings. So that's fine with me because I'm still selling Lululemon leggings for $27 or even less. Next up was a Raquel Allegra dress that only sold for $14. I don't know what happened with this. It has went through multiple markdowns. People just weren't buying it. It's a size small. Here's what the tag looks like. So it can be kind of hard to read. I would still pick up this brand. I think this one just kind of like fell through the cracks. But that's okay. I don't really do the relist thing. I think when you relist and sell similar, like you're just putting out the same item as before. If you're not changing the price or the title or the pictures or anything, like that's not my thing. If you do that, that's great. I just don't. Next is a Lululemon Swiftly Tech. The Swiftly Techs always sell quickly. You can find them in tank tops, long sleeves, and short sleeves. This one was in a size 8. In the Swiftly Techs, the size will be on the inside bottom part of the shirt, and so you're able to find the size pretty quickly. This sold for $29. I was happy with that. Next up was a pair of Democracy jeans that sold for my full asking price of $35. These were a size 14 petite, and they were a pair of white. They did have the Absolution on the tag, and they were a straight leg. So really good sale there. I sold these Tuckernuck leggings for $19. I had these listed for higher, but I accepted a lower offer. Tuckernuck can do better for me. I've noticed in dresses I've had good luck with. I don't know if it had, I think it's spelled out there. Oh yeah, spelled out. So kind of hard to see. But $19 in those. I got those from a consignment store clearance at some point recently. Another pair of Miss Me jeans that sold for $23. These were a size 27. They were the easy skinny pair, and they had kind of those like angel wing detail on the back pocket. That's about normal, around $25 for Miss Me's for me, unless they're a larger size or really blingy on the butt. This was a Disney Spirit jersey that sold for my full asking price of $30. This was Disneyland. I think these are selling really good right now because a lot of people do their Disney vacations in the summer. And so they want to get some of this merch cheaper because in the resorts, these are like $85 or like at the stores. You can tell if it's authentic because it has this Disney Parks with the castle. And these logos and the letters were also cracked, but that still didn't matter apparently. It still sold good. So I'm happy with that. I did just pick up some Disney Parks New with Tags t-shirts yesterday, so I need to get those listed. Next up was an Alice and Olivia dress that sold for $36. This wasn't a size 0, which was that I was a little nervous about, but Alice Olivia seems to be kind of making a comeback with certain pieces. This sold actually pretty quickly, like in a couple of weeks. So I was happy about that. Next up was a pair of Rock Revival gray Celine capris. These were in a size 28. The crops, I guess, maybe sometimes they don't do as good, or maybe it's because they were gray. I feel like I have better luck, and these didn't have very much bling on the back pockets. I feel like I have better luck with like the classic blue denim. Next up was a Free People top that sold really fast. It wasn't a size extra large, which I think made a difference. It was One of the Girls, Henley was the name of it. So very cute, just a classic gray, thin, kind of waffle knit top. Again, probably could have got more for that, but the theme of this week is take lower offers so you can still make money. I do also think, like, even when it's summer and it's slow, keep doing everything consistently. Keep listing every day. Make sure you're constantly sending out offers. If you have eBay, run a coupon in your store. Send out newsletters in the morning. Send out coupons to previous buyers on Poshmark. You can create bundles for people of their likes. You can send out an offer. You can lower prices on closet clear out. Like, there's literally so many things you can do to try to make more sales rather than just list it and that's it. Next up are a pair of American Eagle jeans in a size 14. These were the Curvy Mom high-rise distressed jeans. They were new with tags. They still only sold for $22, so I don't know if it was kind of because of the wash or I don't know. Sometimes I can sell them for higher, but not that time. Next up was an Athleta skirt that sold for $20. This was a black high-rise, just classic, kind of like a tennis style. It was called the Ace Tennis 13.5-inch skirt. So $20, I'm happy on that because I don't really pick up that much Athleta anymore. Next up were a pair of Allen Edmonds shoes. This is maybe my best sale this week. These were in a size 13. They were the Kavanaugh loafer, so you can tell the Allen Edmonds style because on the inside, if you can see right here, it tells you. So super easy. So look up all of them because the older ones don't sell for as good. These ones sold actually fairly quickly. I think they were a newer style. $75, my full asking price. I was really happy with that. Next up was another Athleta skirt in a size large. This one was the Camo Match Point. I did put tennis and I put pickleball in there because, well, actually pickleball is way more popular than tennis right now, but it is a style that people are searching for and a lot of people are playing. So that was exciting. Next up were a pair of Judy Blue Camo size 29 high-rise skinny distressed jeans. People ask me if I still pick up Judy Blue in smaller sizes and skinny, and the answer is yes. These still sold for $29, so I will continue to do it as long as they continue to sell. Next up, we sold a boys North Face coat, so I do list items all year round. This was in a size extra large. It was a black reversible jacket, a little bit of stains there in the sleeve, but apparently that didn't matter that much. $36 in that. I am happy with that sale. After that, I sold a vintage coat. Again, another winter item, definitely. This is like a mob wife style. Faux fur. I don't know how you say this. Jordache. Made in the USA. Vintage coat. Sold for $42. So I was happy to sell that in the middle of summer. It is very hot. And I'm still selling really thick, warm coats. Next up are a pair of Judy Blue jeans in a size 18. These were new with tags. They sold for $39. They were a high-rise flare. Button fly. I got these. I don't remember where I got these. I've had them for maybe 2 to 3 months now. So usually I start marking my items down after 3 months by 10%. Next up was a Nordic beach sweatshirt. This was a one size, oversized, kind of like a Sherpa. I do pick these up if they are in good condition. Sometimes that Sherpa stuff can get like pretty worn, but this one was still in pretty good condition, so that sold for $28. Next up after that, I sold these mother jeans. These were in a size 33. They were the Insider Crop Step Fray. They were new with tags, and I don't know why I couldn't sell them for more, but I've had them for a while. I think maybe the classic denim blue jeans style might have sold better, but I'm still happy with a $59 sale. That will give me some pretty good profit. I sold these Lily Pulitzer leggings in literal hours. These were new with tags, size large. I marked them, I think, at $40 because that's right around what sold comps were. Somebody offered me $30 within hours, and I was like, yes, I'll take that because I think I paid $6 to $8 for these. So a $30 quick sale is fine by me. I sold these Beach Riot leggings in a size medium. I haven't picked up this brand in a while. I think it all depends on the print. I got these before Valentine's Day. I remember because I was like, oh, maybe somebody will want these for Valentine's Day. So I probably have had them since at least January. So definitely time to go. Heart print leggings, $20. Goodbye. Get out of my closet. Next up, I sold this soft surrounding sweater in a size large, Sherpa Relaxed for $11. I've either had this for a while or it was something out of one of the bins that Ryan had and he couldn't sell. One day I was really low in inventory and I did not have time to go to a thrift store, so I bought some stuff out of his old bins. I have gone through all of that now and there's nothing left. I sold these Dansko Olina shoes for $20. These were a pair of black leather, just classic slip-on shoes. Nothing that special about them. I had them listed for hire, but I needed money, which was good because this week I was able to pay off my Universal trip that I have coming up in September. We're going to Universal Studios in Florida in September, and I have paid that off completely with reselling money. So that is one of the main reasons I resell, to be able to take my family on vacations. Next up was a pair of mother jeans that sold for $30. These were the black Looker ankle fray skinny jeans. They were a little bit worn, like with maybe some wash wear and stuff. And I've had them for a little bit, so I did accept $30 on those. Next up, we have a Eileen Fisher sweater. This was in a size large, organic linen, white sweater with like some buttons on the side. $20 sale on that. I've had some offers this morning already, but they've been extremely low, so it's like I can't take those. Next up was a Ming Wang cardigan. Did I talk about this last week? This is on, I don't think so. No, because this is on the, this is on the 28th. So if I did, sorry. Blazer workwear set, new with tags, sold for $51. It originally retailed for $270. That's sounding familiar. So I think I did. I can't remember because I film my videos on Friday morning. Like I'm filming this at 9:40, but I can't remember what sold after that from last week. So I try to just go by memory, but my memory is not the best. Let's go on to eBay. I sold this Simpson sweatshirt in a men's size large for $6.25 with a coupon. So that's pretty pathetic. I got this a while ago. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so funny. Somebody wants this. Nobody wanted it. Why did I buy it? I don't know. Next up is a Harley Davidson shirt that sold for $12.65. Harley Davidson used to sell better for me. I feel like even some of the really blingy biker beach stuff still doesn't do that good. So I'm kind of just trying to stick to the leather, the jackets, the really like substantial pieces, because obviously that doesn't do that good. Next up was a Lily Pulitzer dress that sold for $20. This was a size small. It was a summer, very classic Lily Pulitzer. Had the tie detail on the sleeve. I have had this the longest. It was a Pima cotton. So when I went to search at my Lily Pulitzer dresses to delete off the other platforms, it was the lowest one down. So I was happy to get that out. Next up was a Johnny Was top that sold for $27. So Johnny Was can be a bolo. This had some marks. It was also old, and it wasn't really like embroidered or floral or anything, kind of plain. So I definitely still wanted to pick it up, but I can't get the price as I can on some other ones. Next up are a pair of cabbie jeans that sold for $25 extremely fast. This style always sells fast for me. It's called the high-low crop. You can see it right there. So if you see that, I would pick it up. Listed for $35. Somebody offered me $25. Of course, I went ahead and took that because that was an amazing quick sale. Next up are a pair of Madewell shorts that sold for $24 with a 20% off coupon. I am trying to suggest to Grace to get at least the basic store on eBay or the starter store. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's $5 a month, or maybe $5 a month, I think, if you purchase it as a year, and $7 a month if you don't. But when you have that, you can run a coupon in your store and you can do markdown sales, which I think would be extremely beneficial for anybody to do with an eBay store. So I'm going to see what she thinks about that. Anyway, these were in a size 31. They were just a pair of high-rise denim classic blue shorts. So I was happy with that sale. Next up, we sold this Ming Wang top for $24. This was in a size extra large. It was a pink linen, just kind of, I don't know, basic top. Good for like office, summer. It was kind of lightweight. Next up, I sold these kids Tony Lama boots. I just made an Instagram post. What do you guys pick up for kids' shoes or kids' clothing for that matter? If you are good at selling kids' items, I would say things that sell for $25 or over. Let me know down in the comments what sells good for you, because I want to start looking a little bit more into it, although I don't want to look through all of the kids section, but I might like scan through to see if I see some coats or anything like that. Anyway, these were a pair of Tony Lama kids boots that sold for $25. I felt like they were in pretty good condition and like a really cool style. They did sell fairly quickly, so I'm happy about that. Next up was this Quacker Factory t-shirt that sold for $25 with 20% off. It was a size 3X. It did have a little mark on the side. That's what the tag looks like. I think this is sold on QVC. Some embroidered sequin butterflies. So I was experimenting with that a little bit. I have sold a couple this summer for around $20 to $25. Next up was a Catherine's dress that sold for $15. This was in a size 3X. Honestly, not really that cute or summery. So that's probably why it did not sell for that much. Again, I'm trying to be more picky with Catherine's as well. Next up was a Ming Wang cardigan that sold for $40 with a coupon. This was in a size medium. It was a teal and black. That is an older Ming Wang tag, but I've said before, it can still sell just as well with the older tag if it's good materials. Next up was an Ivy & Fisher size small white linen sleeveless cowl neck sweater. This was marked down to $22.50. They offered me $15. I took that because I wanted to make money. Next up was a Match Point cardigan kimono. I found this recently at a thrift store. I have no idea about this brand, but it was 100% linen. It did have some, you can see right here, like staining on the inside part of the collar. So I did accept an offer of that $21.50 or $21, made a quick sale. Next up were a pair of Abercrombie & Fitch shorts that sold for $20. These were the cutoff mom high-rise shorts. This is about what I expected them to sell at, but I wanted to be having some shorts in my closet for people to buy. Next up was an Old Navy skirt. This was new with tags, a size medium, and it did have like this stain right there. Okay, I tried this on and I was like, this is so cute, but it also was like so trying too hard. I don't want to be the 40-year-old lady. I mean, I'm 43. Trying to look like she's 15. Like I want to be in trend and in fashion, but I don't want to be trying too hard, and that's what it looked like. And so I'm like, okay, I'm not wearing this. I'm looking for some that are a little bit longer. Okay, let's keep going. Next up was a Tina Stevens top. This I found at a consignment store. I've never sold it before. I've never even heard of it. It sold in one day for $28. It was 100% silk with this like waterfall type cardigan. So maybe be on the lookout for Tina Stevens. Next up was this Lululemon dress in a size 10. This sold for $35. This was actually at my brother's house for a while because I give him items to sell and he gives me commission, and I accidentally put that in there with him. Next up was a Coach checkbook cover wallet. This sold for $20 with a 20% off coupon. This actually already sold to somebody else and she returned it, which is annoying because she said she didn't know it was a checkbook cover. Literally, Coach checkbook cover. Like, look at the pictures. It's not that hard. Okay. That was kind of mean, but I am so tired of people like not reading basic things. Anyway, it sold right away. Like I relisted it and it sold before I could even put it back away in inventory. So I'm like, whatever, bye. Next up was a Toad & Co dress that sold for $22. This was a size extra large. This was the Windmere dress, which is nice on Toad & Co. It says it right here, so you don't even have to look up the style code or anything. Decent sale. Not amazing, but a good bread and butter. Next up was a Helly Hansen jacket that sold for $24. This did have a mark on it. If it didn't, I probably could have sold it for more. Helly Hansen's like this like sailing kind of like preppy type of brand, I feel like. And so that was good. I mean, a pretty good sale. Next up was a Trina Turk swimsuit that sold for $50 with a 20% off coupon. I don't hardly ever pick up Trina Turk, but some of the swimsuits can still do good. And I did look up this style before I bought it, and it did look like it did pretty good. So I was excited for that swimsuit sale for $50. Next up was a Tadashi collection dress. This sold for $27.50 with a coupon. This was a size large. I tend to do better with Tadashi in the maxi dresses. So I don't know. This one was just okay. I would still probably pick it up again. It did just sit for a while. Next up was a pair of Ivy & Fisher pants that sold for $5. These were a pair of brown silk pants with this stain that I didn't notice in the store, and I couldn't get it out at home. So I sold them for $5, and that was pathetic. Next up was a Fresh Produce shirt. This sold for $20 in a size 1X. This had a starfish little beaded detail on the front. Fresh Produce, made in the USA. 100% cotton. Just a good bread and butter summer staple. I sold these Lululemon leggings for $25. These were plus size 18, the fast and free. Probably could have got more for these again. But here's the deal. If I don't take these lower offers, I'm making no money. If I take the lower offers, I'm making some money. I'd rather make some of the money part of the time then none of the money. Does that make sense? Some of the money part of the time. Okay, you guys know what I'm trying to say, right? Basically, I'd rather make money. Okay, sorry. Allegria sandals. $28, black leather slip-on. This is a comfort brand. Got the butterfly logo right there. That's how you can tell. I think you knew what I meant. Now I have like a frog in my throat. Okay, let's see if we can get through this. Bevy Flog pants. This can be a bolo. These sold for $48. These were a pair of pull-on, kind of like a striped ribbed detail almost, skinny, made in Israel. So if you see that tag, definitely pick it up. These ones sat for a little longer than my other ones did, but they still sold for a good amount. Next up was the J. McLaughlin sweater. This sold really fast for $25. Size medium. This was a teal cotton sweater, but I think just because of the color and kind of the knitting on it, it was very summer-ish vibes, so it sold really fast. Next up were these Sundance pants that sold quickly. These were a pair of camo floral embroidered jogger pants. They sold for $20. Comps in those were only like 20 to 25, so I listed mine at 25. Next up was a Lululemon hoodie sweatshirt that sold for $45. I've had this for quite a while. It was new with tags. It was marked down to $52. And when someone sent me an offer, I was like, yes, because I've had this, I think, for at least 6 months. These Athleta pants sold extremely quickly, and I just found another pair in the exact same color and style, so I'm excited about that. They were called the Retreat pants. They were linen, orange, wide leg, excellent style. Okay, Democracy jeans sold for $30. These were a pair of size 16, brown straight leg, the kind of more of a khaki brownish color, but they were like a jean material. So $30 on those is really good. Next up, I sold this Vineyard Vines swimsuit cover-up for $40 with a coupon. This was in a size medium. I got this on a clearance rack at a consignment store, so I'm really happy about that sale that it sold so quickly. Here is another La Blanca swimsuit. This one sold for $20. It was a size 16, so I do look for the larger sizes. Ruched multicolor one-piece swimsuit. I do find that one pieces sell better for me. Next up was are we still on the right day? Yes. Lululemon shorts. These were the speed shorts in a size 4. They sold for $19. So this is a little bit of an older style. You can tell because there's no numbers or letters around the size dot, and they're kind of like this plaid check. But I didn't want to leave them behind at the thrift store for like $5, so I grabbed them. Next up was a Disney Store nightgown that sold for $5. So you guys know I like to rescue Disney Store stuff. This is 75% off, which means I've had it for probably at least 9 months. So it had to go, but look how cute it was. At least somebody can have this cute little nightgown. Next up were a pair of Goldie jeans that sold for $35. These sold with a coupon. They were the Sophie skinny high-rise. These skinny ones definitely do not sell as good, but if they're cheap, I sometimes will still pick them up at the thrift store. So that's what these were. Next up were a pair of Eileen Fisher pants. This sold for $35 with a coupon. These were in a size 1X. They were a pair of high-rise stretch, just pull-on pair of black pants. So an easy sale there. I sold this Johnny Was top for $54. This was in a size small, really pretty tunic, embroidered. This is very classic Johnny Was. This one was on sale as well. I sold a Land's End coat for $49.50. Did we talk about this last week? I don't think so. Red in a size 2X. It was down-filled. I found another one at the thrift store that was new with tags, but I feel like maybe I did talk about this because this is seeming somewhat familiar, but it says it sold on the 28th. Oh, yeah, I did, I think. Okay, I did. Let's be done with this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please, again, let me know how your sales were. I have a bunch of stuff I need to do today. I'm shipping out my friend Keegan's graduation present. So I am giving him a box of 10 to 11 items for him to resell. I've been saving things up from the last few months of some good things that he should be able to sell for his business. So I'm sending that to him. I have a ThreadUp box I need to send up. I have tons of items I got yesterday. I need to make a video. Sunday I have a Thrift With Me video. I need to edit that. I'm going to make a haul video to come out next week. So it's just like a billion things. I need to make a dessert for a party. Anyway, that's my day. I hope you guys have a great weekend celebrating the 4th of July with your family. And I'll see you guys on Sunday for another video. Have a great day.